Hello guys, so in today's video we're looking at the Forester Gen 2. This is going to be dropping pretty soon, April 10th, on the Worktuff Gear website. So as you can see, it has a new Kydex sheath. Kydex sheath is super robust. You're going to get a drop loop system, but for this one I wanted to carry it scout carry, so horizontal carry. So that's why I put a tech lock on it. It's really super comfortable. You can put it on, put it off very easily. All right, so let's take a look at the knife. So I've been using this knife a lot already, so don't mind here the wear on the finish. That's expected. So overall, this knife measures 8.7 inches. The blade is 4.2 inches. The thickness is 0.149 inches or 3.8 millimeters. So slightly thicker than the previous version of the Forester. This time we have different options. This one is the saber grind with a secondary convex edge. It's made out of SK85 high carbon steel. So people like good high carbon steel for bushcraft type knives. So at HRC of 56 to 58. So there's two blade finishes that are going to be available for the saber grind. It's either this one here, the black wash finish, or there's the satin finish version. As you can tell, the handles are G10. It's the same handles as the previous version of the Forester, but there's some micro texturing instead of the rough texturing. I think it's super comfortable in hand. So the options will be either you have the black and OD green, or you have the orange OD green handles. One slight difference is that we added this thumb cut here. So I think that's quite useful for a bushcraft knife when you're going to do the different reverse grips, etc. Pinch grip when you're going to prepare food. Super comfortable, super useful as well. And as usual, we have the recessed lanyard hole here, so you don't waste some handle space with this lanyard hole. You can put it on if you want, it's optional. I just put this small pinky lanyard, so if you want to do some light chopping, it helps. So what was my design philosophy behind that knife? So I wanted to do a modern version of the Puko style knife. So basically like a straight knife without a big guard, with a drop point. This time I wanted to go with a saber grind, and I think this is a very versatile knife. Alright, so let's look at the sharpness of the knife. As I mentioned, I've been using this knife for a while. I didn't really touch up the edge or anything, so let's test it out. Still super sharp, no problem there. So let's try cutting some different materials. Here I got a piece of just paracord, regular paracord. Slices through, no problem, super easy. Then I got this plastic rope. I think it's polypropylene, I'm not sure. It goes through super easy as well. I got this thicker rope here, some line that I used to tie up my canoe, so let's cut that. It's quite thick, a lot of strands, but goes in no problem. So I got some of this rope here. It's from natural material. I think it's sizzle rope. So let's take a look at that here. No problem. All right, so let's go outside and test the Forester in the forest. All right, so first of all, started with some batoning. So that wood was some pretty hard oak, red oak that I found in the forest. So as you can see, the knife batoned through it, no problem. So that piece of wood was initially around 3 inches wide, had a few knots. Then I moved on to this even wider piece, nearly 4 inches wide. So really had to hit on that tip. That was some very seasoned, very dry wood, but the Forester managed to get through, no problem. So because the spine is nearly 4 millimeters thick, it's plenty robust enough that you're not going to have any problems batoning with this knife. So another advantage of the saber grind is that because of the grind geometry, it does act like a wedge, so it makes batoning way easier than, for example, a full fat grind. Even though it's a robust knife, it can get the smaller tasks done very easily. So that's because of the convex edge. The fine convex edge is very good at making some fine feather sticks. So here you see no problems going through the wood, making some very fine feathers. It's just a question of finding the right angle, and you can get them no problem. So another feature that's important for the outdoors, of course, is a sharp 90-degree spine, especially on a bushcraft knife. So as you can see, you can light up that ferro rod no problem, get tons of sparks. So the Forester is also great at carving, as you can see here. Very easy to make some notches. So if you need to prepare some tent pegs in the forest, you can definitely bite deep in the wood and make some very nice notches. So the tip of the knife is robust. It's not going to break on you, but it's still pointy enough that if you want to use it to drill some holes, for example, to prepare your divot for your bow drill, it's going to work out great. So sometimes when you need to use your small knife to make some big cuts, so this is where the chest lever grip comes in handy. As you can see, you can really use the force tooth to hog off some large portions of wood. Alright, so finally I wanted to test the edge stability by making some cross-cut batoning. So this can be pretty rough on the edge, especially when you torque the edge out of the wood. As you can see here, we wailed on that. It's a pretty seasoned piece of wood. It was very hard, but the knife took it no problem. Absolutely no edge damage, no chipping or rolls. Alright, so overall, what can we say about this knife? So it's a pretty compact, it's like a small to mid-sized knife. So easy to carry. You could actually EDC this on your belt, no problem. Because of the saber grind, it's very multifunctional. You can use it for bushcraft for sure, no problem there. But you can use it for all types of tasks, food prep. You can use it, around the house, around the homestead, general cutting tasks. And it's robust enough that definitely you can, baton with it, no problem. So if you're looking for, Puko style knife, this is definitely a good, like, do-it-all knife. Comfortable with multiple grips. Very functional, hard-working knife. So honestly, if you're looking for a knife to do it all, for the camping, put in your truck, work on a homestead or anything like that, I think this is it. I really like that knife.